And another terrible accident. A woman is run over and killed by a Cincinnati police officer driving his cruiser through Washington Park.
Witnesses say she was asleep under a blanket on the grass. 9 News reporter Janelle Walton live at the scene of the investigation with the latest developing information. Janelle?
Clyde, Chief Tom Stryker has turned this investigation over to the Ohio State Highway Patrol, as well as the Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office. Witnesses say that the officer was driving his cruiser along that path there and made a sudden turn onto the grass and drove over the victim. The victim has been identified as Joanne Burton.
I was standing on the gazebo over here in Washington Park, and the officer, I was standing up there dancing. The officer was staring at me while I was dancing. And then he all of a sudden goes through the grass and runs the lady over. He ran the lady over. The backpack's still up under the tire.
Chief Stryker has not released the officer's name, but says he has been with the department for 25 years. Visitors to the park say he worked it as part of his regular patrol, often citing people for having an open container. Stryker says he does not know why the officer drove onto the grass. He says the officer told his supervisors that he felt a bump and got out of the car.
Initially, she seemed like she was okay here. We contacted fire. We initially contacted fire to send EMS unit here, and also the officer contacted his supervisor, advised that he had been involved in an accident. She was here, looked at by the fire department. Decision was made to transport her to the hospital.
Now, Chief Stryker says the victim took a turn for the worse at the hospital and died a short time later. Now, the victim's relatives, they have been down here at the park, and they tell me that she was in her late 40s. In the meantime, the Homeless Coalition is also fighting for justice tonight for the victim. They say that this should not have happened, that the officer should not have driven his cruiser across the grassy area of the park. They feel that that was irresponsible. Now, coming up new at 6, we're going to hear from the relatives of the victim, from her brother as well as from a nephew, and how they feel about what happened here at the park. Carol.